Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Wake and Bake. And I'm doing exactly what the title says this morning. I'm awake. Just got baked. So as you jump on here, say hello and tell me where you're watching from. Sorry I missed y'all yesterday. Sunday sermon was canceled. Called a penalty flag on that one yesterday. Good morning, Dennis. Good morning. Listen for a second. So I appreciate you saying hello and good morning and all the things. Sorry about yesterday. Good morning, Miss Heather. Sorry I missed y'all yesterday. I got up yesterday morning. I was dragging rear end. And I said, you know what? I don't have a message in me this morning. And the message that came up was a smart person knows what to say. A wise person knows when to say it. And yesterday would have been a waste of everybody's time, including mine. I was just not in the frame of mind to be able to come here and be live. And when that happens, I'll just learn to just say no, right? Just say no. I have had one of those weekends where I feel like I have picked up everybody else's emotions. And I know that it's everybody else's, right? I told my husband, I just don't feel good this weekend. And he was like, you have seemed off. What's going on? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't feel physically great. Like I'm just kind of like swollen. Like my inflammation was really bad. I worked really hard last week and I think I was just overly tired. And then this weekend we went up and I had to go grocery shopping for everybody. So we've got Gorilla Glue and I have got some other fun stuff that I'm doing some research on for the week. I had to go up to Lynchburg to do that. And the people that I was meeting up there to do this, first time I met them, you got a good feeling. Everybody was really super nice. Everything was kind of great. I got a different vibe this weekend. I got a different vibe when I went up there this weekend. And I told my husband, I was like, I don't know that I'm going to go back up there. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I just don't know. Like I'm picking up other people's energy. And I got that weird feeling, like just not your people, right? Not your people. And it's very lonely sometimes, right? It's very lonely sometimes whenever you can feel energy and pick up on vibes. And because most people are nice enough, but when you can go to that layer deeper and you can actually feel the energy and the real stuff, like you just can't walk into a room and just have fun. Like everybody's energy kind of like smacks you in the face or like taps you on the shoulder or whatever. So it makes it hard sometimes to go out and interact. And they have a store, and I think that it was just all of the energy in the store. Plus, it's an hour away from us. And then I told my husband, I'm like, nobody up there knows who the hell we are. So they are not sure what to think of us either. Like it's a two-way street, right? You ever been anywhere where you're like, they don't like me any more than I don't like them. Like we can both feel each other's energy and we just know it's not right. And here's the thing, right? I know we talk about this all the time in Hometown Hippie. We talk about this all the time. Not everything is for everybody. I am not yucking their yum. I'm not saying there's anything in the entire world that is wrong with this place, with the people, with anything. I'm not. I'm saying I did not get the vibe I was hoping to get, right? It wasn't for me. My husband didn't pick it up at all. He was like, yeah, well, it's fine. When people are busy, people doing stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And he was like, don't take it personally. I did not take it personal. I was like, I'm telling you, I got a different vibe. And I'm going to tell you the difference in the vibe. And it's really strange. It's really, really strange. There are, and Dennis, don't take this because Dennis is here, I think. Tell me if you're here this morning, say hello and tell me where you're watching from. Good morning, Mel. a lot of male business owners, men that I deal with, the men that I go deal with and talk to about stuff, and I'm not talking about all of them. I'm not talking about all of them. But the last couple of weeks, the opportunities that I have had to partner with things, there has been a disagreement or a conflict or some kind of weird vibe energy from the male. Like they have, I don't know how to explain it. The last month or so, I have been mansplained to. I mean, like, talking about. I have been dismissed. I have been told, isn't that cute? And the old Tammy, the Tammy, what is it? BW before Wusa. Tammy before Wusa. What everything in my personality body, everything in my ego, um, wanted to lay them out because I have it in me. Like I have the ability to like snap back, clap back. I can clap back and stand my ground anywhere. But I think the problem and why I have been like so overly emotional is because I have been trying to hold space despite of, not because of, right? That's been homework I've been working on, which is basically, right? The things that I tell you to do. Don't let it affect you. Take a deep breath, step away, put yourself in their shoes, right? I did. And the reason that I think that it pissed me off so bad is because the only thing from the perspective that when I stepped into the other person's shoes, was that um, they um, were pissed, right? They did not like a female entrepreneur, someone who doesn't do it traditional to be successful when they're struggling. Someone told me the other day, he's like, how the economy is, we just can't do this, we just can't do that. I'm like, I'm not having that problem. I am operating from a place of honesty. I'm operating from a place of integrity. I am not trying to get over on anybody. And I feel like if you do fair business, then fair business will be attracted to you. I'm getting the business that aligns to me. And when you're talking to business owners, like other female entrepreneurs that I've worked with, honestly, just not shitting on men. I'm really not, because there's a ton of them out there who have been nothing but 100 million% supportive. I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. So, for example, Anthony DeMarco has been great. He is the owner of Mountain Creek Signs. He has not tried to mansplain to me any of those things. Now, I did have to figure out how to get him undefeated because he was really upset about the prices and stuff. And he was really overwhelmed that we're going to do this. So here's what I'm thinking, y'all. That's why I'm bringing this up today, right? So I went up and we got our auto pots, which are the auto feeders. Those things are going to be phenomenal. Like you basically put the water in a reservoir and you put the pots all in there and it gravity feeds all of your plants. And it can tell by the levels and things. It's like a whole system. Which plant needs more than the other plant? So it feeds it correctly. It's set it and forget it, right? So Anthony said for our t-shirts that we're going to get, he could throw in some stickers. So what I am thinking, and I want y'all's thumbs up, some hearts, some O faces, some comments for me, right? Is this. I'm thinking like this type of a sticker where it's writing and it's the hashtag stay elevated. And these would be the cool stickers to go along with our Hometown Hippie shirts. And he said throw some stickers in. These should be easy stickers to do. Something like this that says hashtag stay elevated for like cars and laptops and things like that. I'm digging the actual stay elevated stickers. I do not want like this one. This is the Autopot that I got, right? This is the Autopot sticker that they gave me this weekend. And I have a little board back here with stickers that I keep, so I'll put them back there. And then this one is the Coast of Maine, which is the soil that we are using. It's an all organic blend that has like lobster and fish and all of the like composting things in that and the organic material to help the plants get all the nutrients and things that they need. So I was thinking nothing like this too big, but I'm thinking something more like this that says stay elevated. How do y'all feel about that? Which one? Stay elevated, the little or big, little or big. I like the little one. I think it's really kind of cool, and it'd be cool to put on like the car or whatever. So, and it's not really saying anything like they see me rolling. Like they can't get you riding dirty, just stay elevated, because that's like stay elevated, right? So that part, right? Stuff done without being discouraged. Oh, I love it. So Heather's like, yes, yes. How fun. Stay elevated. Okay, perfect. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna take this down too because this banner gets on my nerves sometimes. Um, let's see. Let's go back here. Hang on, y'all. I gotta do some things. Then go up to here, and then I gotta take this off. There we go. I gotta take that off. Then I gotta come back over here and go back over there. There's lots of buttons. Mel's like, whoop whoop. That's the one. Okay. So what I was going to say is I've been very discouraged. I feel like when I put myself in their shoes, I can feel their ego and their personality body. Now, I will also say that I have been doubting my ability to feel that, like, because I have been feeling some kind of way. Like, I have really been feeling some kind of way about things. And by the end of Friday, I had to just unplug. And I'm going to tell y'all something not to do. So Thursday, I made Love Spell cookies going out Friday. Actually, Friday morning, I baked off new Love Spell cookies. Now, the Love Spell cookies, I tie-dye with like food dye. And I've been doing that after the dough was done. I just kind of do it together, have a little blessing or whatever. Well, my hands were really, really hurting by Friday because I had been working all week, like triples and doubles, right? Like working. So by Friday, my hands were about ready to, they throbbed like toothaches. Like I wanted to scream. And I decided to use the paddle blender to dye the cookies. I was like, you know what? I'll let these get done. I'll drop it through drops. Let the mixer, let the KitchenAid do the work. Thank you, KitchenAid, for being the real MVP. Gave it all the love. And they turned out very green, like almost like an Incredible Hulk color. And I was like, oh, I hope that this did not affect the final product, right? Because when something doesn't look like it normally looks, then I'm like, well, I've got to test it. I've got to taste this to make sure, because you can taste food coloring. You just can. Like I can. Certain food colorings, like you ever got icing from like a Walmart cake or like a grocery store or bakery, and you get that like certain like the icing, and they put like the big like flowers and roses and like what I'm talking about, right? Like the anniversary graduation, like the cakes, right? You ever had icing that's like, oh, it's like you can taste the red in it, right? You can taste the purple. You know what I'm saying? Tasting guys, no bueno. Yeah, you can taste the flavor. So I wanted to check. Yes. I wanted, because the cookies because I use like greens and blues to do it, and it turned it bright green. I was like, I've got to make sure that I don't need to remake these cookies, because I have done that, y'all. I have made stuff and I've tasted it and I'm like, this is not how I want it to taste. This is not the flavor profile that I was going for. It's going to do the trick. It's going to get you screwed up. It's going to fuck you up, but it's not going to taste right. And I want it to taste right. So I tasted the cookies. I'm like, whoop, whoop. They tasted phenomenal. They tasted great, fine, no problems at all. A little trick on those, a little lemon zest, a little lemon in your sugar cookies gives it, plus when you're using it with cannabis butter, it will disguise the citrus helps with the pot taste, right? So anyway, they tasted good. But I ate that cookie around 2:30 before I went out to do my deliveries. And I was out doing deliveries and I was fine. I got back home and I had to I already had them on the pan. I had someone that comes by on Friday evenings, a friend of ours, who gets chocolate chip cookies. And he was ready to go. But I wait to bake his till he's here. Like he wants one out of the oven. He wants to be here when I bake them. It's like a big deal. Like I always bake his cookies when he's here hanging out. It's something about him smelling them in the oven. And he's like one of my kids. Like when they come out, he's like, are they hot, too hot? I'm like, give it a second. And I pull one aside before I package them up so he can eat one right out of the oven. So he gets his right out of the oven. It's just a big deal for him. And he's been around. He's an OG. Like he was getting chocolate chip cookies when they were coming in Tupperware. I was like, here, bring my Tupperware back. Tell me what you think, right? So he's been getting cookies forever. And I thought about naming certain things. I thought about naming them for the people who kind of helped me perfect them. But he didn't want his name on a cookie because of his job. And then the person who like loves the gummies didn't want their name on them because of his job. Because I'm not doing that anymore. I was like, okay, well, good for you. So anyway, the cookies came out of the oven. They looked phenomenal. He had his cookie. He was like, mm-hmm. So we had ordered dinner on Friday night. Where did we get dinner from Friday night? Where did we order Friday night? I forget where we had dinner come from Friday night. Maybe it was not the Press Club. Wait a second. We had Chinese last week from Way Fast, and then we had another night of delivery. I don't think it was Friday. I don't remember. I do not remember. No, Friday night we had leftovers. We had hot dogs. Well, anyhow, Friday night goes about the thing. That cookie hit me, and I completely forgot that I ate the Love Spell cookie. Completely. 1,000,000%. By the time all that happened, right, I forgot I'd had the Love Spell cookie. But I know what it was. I know what I did. I'm so crazy. So I made spicy chicken sandwiches in the air fryer on Friday night. Red cooked hot dogs much later. That was like Saturday morning. I got up and ate hot dogs. I'll tell you the story. So anyway, I was like, something happened Friday. So we had the spicy chicken sandwiches. Now, everybody reacts differently to edibles, right? Tell me in the comments, how long does it take normally, like on a regular basis, if you eat a cookie or a caramel or whatever, how long before you start feeling the effects of your edible? Tell me in the comments. I want to know. It's Wake and Bake. Speaking of Wake and Bake, we're going to take the camera off and we're going to smoke them if you got them. So tell me, like, how long between time you eat the edible and the time you can actually feel the effects of it? So, right? How long? I want to know. So for me, I had not eaten anything at all Friday. Nothing at all Friday. I usually do one meal a day. Occasionally I'll grab lunch with somebody or something like that. But on the regular, I don't really eat a whole lot. I eat lunchtime. I eat dinner time. For me, completely forget. Edibles will kick my ass when my digestive system starts. So if I eat an edible, so I drink my coffee in the morning, right? 30 minutes of running around doing all the things, it's a delayed effect, right? So here's the thing, right? I'm going to put my caramel in my coffee in the morning. It will melt. It will not mess me up, right? It'll drop my shoulders. It will like release my jaw. It'll help me take some deep breaths, help me push this other energy off of me. Now, if I have a piece of fruit, or if I have some raisin toast, or if I eat something for breakfast with it, I will almost get too buzzy. I'll be like, woo, like Lisa said one time, my eyeballs are breathing, right? Or whenever I eat lunch, that caramel will kind of kick in. But I knew I had it. So some days I'm like, okay, I need this caramel to be a little bit stronger than what it's doing right now. Let me go fix some scrambled eggs. Because as soon as my body's digestive system starts working, for me, that's how I work. So I ate those spicy chicken sandwiches last night, and almost immediately, like eating like the last bite of the chicken sandwich, and I opened up a pack of like Cool Ranch. Have little like those little like, I get the big box of like sampler chips because it's just the two of us, and if we have a bag of chips, they'll stay in there and they'll go stale. We'll open them up and then like they'll just go stale before we eat them all. So those little bags are perfect. We have a little variety. They're in there forever. I haven't got to buy like any kind of salty stuff for months. But I made myself an air fryer spicy chicken sandwich, right? Because I had leftover hamburger fixins. And I was like, this is perfect. Buns and the tomatoes and lettuce and onions and all the things. Perfect for chicken sandwiches. Easy peasy dinner tonight. As soon as I ate that chicken sandwich, I didn't even get the last bite. I was still eating Doritos, and I was like, ooh, I'm feeling a little fun. And I don't know why I did it. Don't know why. I think the first cookie, right, gave me the munchies. because what do I do when I get done? As soon as I get done eating the Cool Ranch Doritos, I needed something sweet. I'm like, oh, I need dessert. I had a chicken sandwich. I've had, I've had a chicken sandwich. I've had a bag of Doritos. Now I need something sweet. And what was in the kitchen? But when I made his cookies, that was the last pan of the batch. So I had 3 other cookies on it. Now, 2 of them went to a sampler bag because I keep those for the samplers. That's how I've been doing that. But that's why his sampler boxes now. But I had one that was like a nice looking, just perfect chocolate chip cookie, still warm from the oven, sitting in there on the cooling rack. And I'm like, ooh. So what did I do? I ate the cookie. I did not get the chocolate chip cookie. I did not get the chocolate off my top lip. I didn't do this. Before the first cookie, slap ass kicked me in the teeth. I mean, it set me down. Like, it made the world go spinning. And my husband goes, because here's the point. At this point, I had forgotten about the Love Spell cookie. I'm thinking, these chocolate chip cookies are strong. Like, I didn't even finish eating it, and I can't even, like, the world is spinning. Y'all, I sat in my recliner, and I thought it was late. But you know how it gets dark now. So it was like 7 o'clock. And I don't remember going to bed. I don't remember setting an alarm for 6 a.m. to get up. Like, why did I set an alarm? I don't ever set an alarm for 6 a.m. to get up, ever, to do anything. Never. Number one, I never set an alarm for anything. Number 2, on a Saturday morning at 6 a.m., get the hell out of here. Like, what? No, I slept Friday night, but I could have slept all day Saturday. That I sit there like this. Oh, and that was the first cookie. When that second one kicked in about 30 minutes after that, because at that point I was like, I'm on the ride. I am riding this train. And I'm telling Red, he was telling me later, he's like, you were a mess. I was like, oh, we gotta call everybody. We gotta tell them not to do this. This is not the magic that I wove in. This is not what I intended. Red's like, did you set an intention before you ate any of it? I'm like, nope. He's like, no, you just went in there and were like, because you were tired, you weren't in the right frame of mind. He's like, so you got to remember to hold your space despite of. And I'm like, I don't know what I was doing. I don't even know what was happening. Like, I was just tired and like went in there eating. So I made poor food choices, which I paid for. I did not like it. I did not like it. Now, I know how to fix it. And I don't know why I didn't get up and fix it. Because if you ever get like that, one of the things you can do is you can eat a peppercorn, which the capsaicin is like Narcan for THC. So if you get so high that you think you're going to die, like I did, like I got to that, like, ate a whole nerd rope, hallucinating, like I was rocked. Like I was rocked. Like I was sitting there, and y'all, I can tell you right now, I remember this. I was sitting there in my head, like doing like Einstein math, in my opinion, which I was probably doing like this. And I'm thinking, did I mess up the calculations? Did I mess up the calculations? Was this new pot higher percentages? So let's do the higher percentages, because here's the deal. When I did the percentages, the material that I was using, we did an average of 12%. 12% THC content. That is the average across the country. We used that number. Now, the new material, and that's what they say, like we knew the amount, all the things. We were just supposed to use the 12% for your volume. Yes, I validate the peppercorn. It works. Yes, it does. I mean, I know that it works. I tell people, and I'm going to start taking, I told Redis that I think one of the things that I might do is I might actually start taking like little Ziplocs and putting a peppercorn in everybody's boxes and saying like, break in case of emergency or something, like a little story about that. So be on the lookout for that. But all this new stuff, to the new place I'm going to, they actually test plant material. They can test butter, they can test tincture, so they tested everything. So the new material, the Gorilla Glue, all of that, that is a little bit higher. Okay, that is a little bit higher. So I'm not changing the milligrams because it's going to change, but we're going to keep it because that's how edibles are dosed, using the 12% across the board. That's just how you dose them. But this is measuring at 16 to 20%. So they're a little bit stronger than the dosing, like the peanut butter whoopie pies. They're going to be stronger because it's a higher um, it's a higher percentage that we're aware of. I'm not changing it, but we know that this batch is 16 to 20%. Like there's 2 bags that are 16 and then 2 bags that I have now that are about 20%. And then when we get our stuff coming out of the greenhouse and the tent and out of the yard, after we get our stuff done, we'll take ours to be tested so then I can do specific things with the specific numbers and y'all will know it because I want y'all to be aware of it, right? I don't want anybody to be laying in their recliner like me going, oh, please stop. Oh, I don't like this anymore, right? Like it was not fun. And that's what I think threw my energy off all weekend long. That is where, like, when I say, like, I try to put myself in everybody's perspective and I was like, ego and personality body and all the things, right? Then I got inside my head. And let me tell y'all where I went with it. And I'm not asking for validation. It is a lot of science, and that's what I got inside my head about. That is what I got inside of my head about. Because the product that I try to deliver, I stir magic in. I stir intention in. I try to do the best I could do with the materials that I can get for the price that I can get them for, right? I know that I'm not one of these science labs. So number one, I watched all of these documentaries, and I've been watching podcasts, and it's put on by these companies that have got labs and scientists, and they're extracting and doing all this stuff. And I started doing what I tell y'all not to do. What did I start doing? Shooting on myself and negative self-talk. Shooting on myself and negative self-talk. Why are people using my stuff whenever they could be using stuff from a lab? I'm not as good as, I'm not worthy. I'm going to go out of, I don't know what happened. Like all of I spiraled this weekend. I spiraled into that, look at what happened to me. I don't want that. They're going to stop. If somebody else if this happens to them, they're never going to want to use my stuff. If this is what my stuff does and they're not eating it because it makes them feel better or because it tastes good, then I'm going to, the next anybody can do that. Like anybody can put a lot of butter in something and make me sit in my recliner, but that's not what I wanted to do. And look what I'm doing. And oh my God, what happened? And what am I doing? And all of the things in the entire world that could spiral through my head. Right? I took a deep breath yesterday. Right? I started going through my brain. Self-doubt is our own worst enemy. And I said to myself, stop it. You did not come this far to just come this far. Put yourself in your own shoes. Why do you do this? Because I love to help people. Well, why do you love to help people? Because that's what I'm put here to do. When I'm helping other people, I feel better about me, right? I feel good. Like I am learning though. Here's the thing, right? I'm also learning that I start doing the real spiral. Let me tell you, when I tell you I live inside my head was like, stop tying your self-worth to what you do for a living. And that's the message today, right? If you're not aware of your history, you are doomed to repeat it. Now, whether you are working for a corporation, for a mom and pop, for the government, for a private, for yourself, for whatever you are doing for work, no matter who you're answering to, look back at your career and your relationship with your career. Right? How many of you, no matter what you've done, take it very personal, right? But you tie, even when I was in high school and college and working at fast food restaurants or working at a movie theater or a little gas station or whatever is like my kid job. Whatever that did, it was very part-time, right? Whatever I did, I still like attached my self-worth to the accolades that I got from those people who were paying my paycheck. Like I put the value on myself that other people put on me with a dollar sign because it was measurable. It was something that it was comfortable. I could depend on. There's something that I could see change. It was a bar. It was a very measurable thing. It was very tangible for me, right? So if my friend who started the same time I did, we both came in at minimum wage and there was a chance to like take on extra responsibility to get more money, I would always take that response. I would take anything on because I really 100,000,000% attached my value to the value of my paycheck. Anybody else? Can you give me a high five, thumbs up? Hell yeah, I get that. And whenever I was doing less than what I thought I should do, I always felt worse about myself, right? When I took it, like whenever I left the insurance, when I left property and casualty insurance, doing the claims adjuster's job, and I went into the call center like Medicaid insurance, the dollar was, I made half. I made half of what I made with the other job. I was treated so much like there was no accolades, right? Kenya said, this is so close to my collective message today. Doing things not by the book and self-worth. Always amazes me how spirit channels through us to get the message across to everyone. It really is. You can't make it up, right? You can't make it up. And it's about that exact thing. And that's what I found was attacking me this week, right? That's what I found with all the mansplaining or all the other business owners and me trying to say, okay, I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to clap back. It was me. It was me. It wasn't putting myself into their shoes. It was me putting myself into my shoes and realizing that I was feeling less than about myself. So I was hearing that in a way. I was receiving that in my perspective, in my world, in my timeline. The world is against me, right? And from the outside looking in, it's not that way at all. They're like, get it done, girl. But whenever, I was feeling some kind of way, so I was then projecting that onto the conversations. I was hearing tone. I was hearing inflection. I was feeling some kind of way. So that's why I said yesterday I'd have been no good to anybody, because yesterday I needed to get my feet under me, right? I needed to get my feet under me. I needed to take a deep breath. I needed to sit back and remember who the fuck I was. Pardon my language. It's 9:30 on a Monday morning. Why not say the F-bomb? Because that's who I am as a human, right? And realize my self-worth is not attached to a dollar sign. My value on this planet is not because of what I can do or what I can give. It is simply by being, right? It is simply by breathing. We talk about the whole honoring God, honoring source, honoring the powers that be. Whenever Moses asked God what his name was, and it was and they put the vowels in it. I honor this planet every day by taking my breaths, by just breathing, by just being in it, right? My soul is here for a reason that is bigger than making a dollar or feeling like I am worthy, right? Because I am worthy. I need to stop even like looking like I need to feel. No, I am worthy. Period. Period in the story. I am worthy. That's what I said last week. A lot of the things like physician heal thyself, practice what you preach. All of these things come in because a lot of times these messages, like I tell you, the power of one, right? Power of one. Talking to you, talking to me. Some days and yesterday, the power of one that I had, what I had to give yesterday was enough for me. Right. I had to work on making my world a little bit better. Now, number one, yes, when you eat too many of anything, right, my vibration got screwed up because I did it to myself. I got all out of whack. And let me tell you what it was. Here's the mindset that I had, right? Friday night, when I got done with all the deliveries and everybody picked up and all the stuff, it was the busiest week we've had year to date. So year to date, last week was our largest week. And I'm proud of myself for what I was able to get out the door, in your hands, delivered, all the things, right? But I was, like I said, my hands were swollen. I was tired. It was like, okay, I know where I can use help now. I'm getting better. It'll be good. But when I talk about intention, right? Friday afternoon when Red got home, I was like, he's like, what's your plan for the weekend? I was like, we got to do this tomorrow. He's like, yeah. I said, but tonight, I was like, Mama is tired. I was like, and I'm gonna get fucked up. I was like, I am just going to smoke pot until I can go to sleep. I'm tired. I want to sleep. Um, we are allowed that space, grace for ourselves. Yes, and that's what I said. I'm like, I'm gonna take it. Is what it is. I feel bad when I have like a pre-promised thing, but But so when I said I didn't have an intention for my edible, I did. I did. Um, Also Friday night, Red was like, "You sound like you're getting sick." Like I was like, it was allergies. All the stuff starting to bloom, and so like I'm taking Zyrtex now because I had the windows open, I had the fan going. It was nice outside. Um, so I was a little congested. So I did take an allergy pill on top of it, and I took some NyQuil because I was feeling kind of like I needed it. So he's like, "You were probably drunk on NyQuil and pain and allergy meds. Then you eat two like strong ass edibles. Like no wonder you were like sitting there freaking out." I was like, "Yeah." So my intention was I was exhausted, and my body was gonna keep me laying down. At 7 o'clock, I got in my chair. I woke up the next morning. Don't know what happened. Don't know where, how, when, where, and how. Like I don't know how I got dressed. I was in these. I was in these pajamas. I was like in bed. I had an alarm set. But I've had other customers say, I ate my cookie. I don't know what happened after that. And I'm like, girl, you know what happened. They're like, no, I really don't. I know that's true now because it happened to me. But it's been a lesson, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you. When you are struggling with something, right? When you are feeling like that same exact kind of struggle is happening with different people, and that's what happened to me, right? That's why I started recognizing it. Because when these things were coming up, they were coming up repeatedly with different people. And the message that I always tell everybody, right, is if you have a problem with 30 people, I'm going to guess that the only common denominator between you and that 30 people is you. So the problem is not the people, it is you, right? If it continually happens over and over and over, look inside because it might be you that's the asshole. And I'm good about saying sometimes it's just me. Sometimes I'm the asshole. And that's what I figured out this weekend, right? That's all the stuff that I had to like to put my arms around this weekend was that number one, I'm saying that they're working from a place of ego when in fact projection, right? I tell you, right? Tell y'all that it's not what somebody else thinks you've done in your business. Here's the thing. I realized that and I knew that it was my opinion of me. I was projecting my beliefs and saying that somebody else was saying it was my ego doing it. It was my ego doing it. It was imposter syndrome kicking in. It was me trying to upper limit myself, me trying to self-sabotage. How many of y'all do that when things get going really, really, really well and you start getting into a rhythm and you start feeling good? It's like, I always say, not today, Satan, but, the darkness kind of creeps in, right? Things that shine bright, bugs are attracted to the light. So the brighter you shine, know that more things you have to swat away from your aura. Anybody else get that? Anybody else can feel that? Can I get some hell yeah, hallelujah? And what I had to do yesterday was be like, not today, Satan. Not today. Not today, right? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And know that the moths that are attracted to my flame belong, right? Anything I got to swat away, I can swat away. But I need to stand in the knowing, right? That people that align with me are going to align with me. They're going to choose me. Just like I choose them, right? Just like I choose them. And I thought about it. And here's the thing. I thought about that exact situation last week with the t-shirts, right? Hey, y'all, we can get them cheaper and go online and get them from somebody we don't know. Or we can choose to support a local family, people that are in the Grateful Fed community, and we have to pay a little bit more, but we're supporting people we know and we're aligning with them. That is the idea of why I'm in business for myself, right? That is what I attach self-worth to is being good to others, not about the dollar sign. All of my needs are met. They always will be. Hell, I'm not, like I told her, I was like, I need to stop worrying about, because, all we hear everywhere in the world is, inflation and gas prices and what does groceries cost, and I'm affected by all of it, right? He's like, you have to go up with your prices. He says the amount of money you're spending on raw material is ridiculous. I'm like, here's the thing. I am paying the bills. We're, like I said, we had to go up on the Power Up because I did that the other week to break even. But now I'm like, no, we went up $5. It's not going to break even. It's going to pay me for my energy, I said, but that's what's affecting me, right? That is the energy, because I have not watched TV. I've not been around any of that. And because of the whole invasion piece, because of the whole World War III possibility, because of the whole nuclear threat overseas, I have found myself cutting the TV on a little bit more, just so that I have an idea of, like, should I be concerned, like, what raw materials or am I going to be worried about not being able to get? Let me go do some looking and figure out where I can, like, find these things locally. Where can I find these things domestically, which means not from overseas, and which things can, if I have to, can I go pick up if I need to? Like, I'm literally like, okay, I don't want to depend on anybody. So how do I do these things, right? How do I make flour, right? It breaks my spirit. It breaks my spirit as well, right? But I've been, and I don't watch it much. We usually watch an hour a night is kind of like the amount that I'll do. That's the local news, and that is to get the weather, right? And the local sports, stuff like that, because our little local colleges just going to the NCAA. We're so excited about that. And I have been watching a lot more because of that too. And then I watch a little nightly news thing, right? And it's been, whew, I had no idea. Like I said, I knew that a lot of the stuff that's on me is, number one, stuff I've picked up and I'm trying to, like, hold space despite of and push it away. And I'm trying not to react. And here's what I'm going to tell you. When I told you I was trying not to react and you did not clap back, that would have been a gross overreaction. A gross overreaction to the environment, because it was my ego that was, like, feeling some kind of way. So I'm very glad that I had the ability to, like, maintain my composure and not clap back and not get nasty and ugly. Because here's the thing, right? I told Red, I was like, it was so hard for me not to say something to a certain person about something. I'm not going to get into what it is. It's no one's business but mine. I said, but I said, I am growing and I am changing. And what that was a lesson, that was an opportunity for somebody who doesn't believe that, who wants to question whether or not that I am sincere. That person, if I would have reacted in the way that, like, the BW before Wusa, they would have been able to say, see, I told you, look at that, look at that. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to bless and release. I was like, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I appreciate you for saying that. I'm not mad at you, but I choose not to align with you. I don't claim that kind of energy into my world. And if you want to claim that kind of energy in your world, then you're not going to be in my world. And I'm okay with that. And they're like, I'm like, I'm not. It's okay. I'm like, not everything is for everybody. And, and here's what gets me, right? Is whenever you try to have a conversation and they just kind of, like, when you say anything about love and light or about, like, the energy and the vibration of the world or whatever, and they're like, what is this nonsense? I'm like, okay, that person is not in my sphere of influence. Like, if you cannot understand energy and you can't understand vibrations, then we can't hang out, because your energy is low, you're low vibing, and you're low energy. All right, give me one more minute, y'all. We're gonna stop camera. We're gonna smoke what we got. I gotta also cut the oven off because we are doing decarboxylation this morning. My house smells so much like cannabis and decarboxylation right now because I'm making butter this morning. So give me a second. I'm gonna hit this and then I'll be back on. It is wake and bake, as y'all can tell. It's one of the mornings. It's one of the mornings. But they can't, and they kind of give me that look, that, like, and I'm like, okay, obviously we're not gonna hang out anymore because you don't understand what I'm talking about, and that's part of my person, as, like, being able to have those conversations. But again, I plant the seeds. I bring them along where I can. I'm learning to hold my space in spite of, right? Despite of, instead of because of. Like, I'm not gaining my energy from others. I'm able to hold my energy and hold my space even when I'm faced with those things. And that was the lesson that I had yesterday. I sat back. I'm like, I didn't clap back. I realized that it was a lot of me, and that it was a lot of projection in that, right? And it was that I am tying so much self-worth into what I do. And when I say birds of a feather flock together, right? When I say birds of a feather, yes. So that is, yeah, I decarbed for honey the other day. So whenever I do honey with the coconut oil. So I will make the coconut oil and then I will whip it into the honey to make a whipped infused honey. And that is going to be coming up soon. I've got a bunch of nice local honey coming to infuse to sell by the honey, like the whole honey thing. So if anybody needs honey, anybody needs honey. What kind of honey do you use? Like the sourwood, or do you just use like local honey, Heather? Um, yeah, it smells so good. Like everybody that walks in my house goes, "Oh, it smells good in here." I'm like, it smells like sugar and weed. Like, yep, it smells like cookies and weed. I was like, that's those weed cookies. It's everywhere. So yeah, I'm there. Take my money. Local and cayenne. Ooh, I love it. Cayenne infused. Ooh, ooh, I like that. We might have to let's play with that a little bit. Um, so anyway, what I was saying is that I took the time yesterday, right, and I realized, right, my self worth is not attached to. And I say, I'm sorry, birds of a feather flock together, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you, right? No matter where I've worked, I've tied my worth to it, and even working for myself, I've done that. So if you're birds of a feather and you've been tying your self-worth to what it is you do, how much money you make, if you're saying, if I do this, then I can do this, right? If you are valuing yourself by anything other than just the flat, I am amazing, I am good, I am worthy, I am loved, I am a good and faithful steward to the universe. The world is a better place because I am here. Simply because of the breaths you take, if you are valuing that because of any other reason other than the fact that you were simply here, take some time this week, smell the birthday cake, blow out the candles, and think about that because you are worth it. I am worth it. If everything stopped tomorrow, right? If every single thing that you do for other people stopped tomorrow, if you were simply just you would be loved, you would be honored, you would be worthy. Um, I'm saying that not just for your benefit. I'm saying that to remind myself because, as you know, what I say there comes right back here. Um, and we're gonna shake off that kind of energy, right? And if you are feeling like people are constantly attacking, take a moment, take a deep breath. See if you're projecting and you're feeling attacked because you're attacking yourself through other people, because it happens all the time. Oh, I love that. I went through a severe depression and grieving process when I left my power job until I found you in my MML. I love it. And you know, Heather, I really did too. When I left that like good paying, like high profile job and went to making half or a third of the money and working in a call center and being told what to do by people who I didn't have a third of the business acumen or experience that I did. I'm saying that like it was bad, right? I was a hot mess. It was like I died. Yes, it was like a whole part of your life had died. It's like everything you attach yourself to, everything that you know about your work, even when you would describe yourself, right? When you have one of those jobs, like, hey, how are you? This is Tammy. And like, so Tammy, tell me about yourself. You start with your job, right? How many, oh, well, I work for, how many people do that right now? Think about it. If somebody asks you, tell me about yourself. Tell me, everybody's watching. There's four of y'all watching that I can see on the thing. Tell me right now. Tell me three things about yourself. Tell me three things about you. If somebody said to tell me about yourself, you would tell me where you work, what you did. You would define yourself by how other people define you. Most people say, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a blah, 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 blah. I'm a business owner. That's how I start. Hometown hippie, canna creator, and hemp chef. Versus saying, hey, I'm a 47-year-old, 48-year-old female identified person who enjoys coffee and cannabis, right? But I'm going to say I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm going to use these other words to describe myself, right? Because we're projecting how people are going to judge us by what we say. And if we lead by what we do, that is safe. That is our, like, that's our armor, right? That's our armor. So, let's do something different today. We didn't do it yesterday, so we're going to do it today. I'm going to pull a crystal card today. We're going to take some deep breaths. We're going to do the best card for the collective, some memory, something we should be doing for ourselves. We didn't do Sunday, so we're going to do it today. Then I'm going to get off here and get to work because I've got a lot to do today. I got to make a cake, and I've got to mail some stuff off and deliver some things and all the stuff. And we've got, I like to be off here by 10. If you have a specific question in mind, you're welcome to think about it and put it in your mind, because you may get your answer, right? I'm asking for the next positive steps or the best moves for this group of people who are watching this, whether you see it now on the live or you watch the replay and you get this far. No one on the replay is getting this far, I don't bet. If you're watching a replay at this point and you're watching this right now, do me a favor, and in the comments, if you're watching this on the replay, say replay. If you are watching the replay, and I can see who's watching it right now, right? If you're watching this on the replay right this second, if you're watching this later on, it's not 10:51 a.m. Won't you tell me the time and date that you saw this in the comments? I will send you something free. I will send you a free treat if you're watching the replay. Ooh. They just jumped out. It was my hands. You know what, Heather? I just tell everybody, people like around my area, people will lead with what church they go to. So I lead with all the woo-woo stuff, right? I lead with that stuff all the time. And you know what I learned this weekend too is, like, am I doing it just to see how people react? Because here's the thing, like, if people who go to church around my area, if they go to a church, they don't mind inviting you to church and telling you all about the good news. So I'm like, why should I keep my good news? It's changing my life. So I act like I'm one of the Jehovah's Witnesses. No offense to Jehovah's Witnesses. No offense to the Pentecostals. No offense to any religion across the world. But I will go out and tell everybody. I'm like, because I'm not a religion, right? I tell people I'm not a religion, I'm a belief. This is the easy way for me to do it. I'm not feeling this today. Hang on. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And y'all know I can't say words. Apophyllite. Apophyllite? Apophyllite. Stay positive. That's a pretty stone, too. I love that. Stay positive. Sometimes the power of one, y'all. Can't make this stuff up, right? Keep your head up and your hopes high. Instead of focusing on all the things that can go wrong, it's important to focus on all the things that can go right, right? I spent all weekend long talking about how everything was going to unspiral and unravel, and it was going to be awful, right? Direct your attention to all the positives in your life and allow them to motivate you. Stay grateful in the moment. Allow yourself to be excited about a prospect or an opportunity. Why ruin all the fun with second guessing or what ifs? A positive mindset, one centered on hope rather than fear, can overcome almost anything. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. I say that all the time. Let it flow towards the positive. And I say this, I talk about this, and sometimes you just need a reminder from source, right? I just need a reminder. Y'all know the difference in my energy whenever oh, I love this. You are safe and loved. Be sure to tell yourself that every day to you. When you are ready to express, you will. Just honor the changes. Love that you found your soul tribe. I love it. I needed that this morning. Yes, because here's the thing, right? If you think your thoughts are things, that's energy. And that's what I did this weekend. I put all of that shit in the universe. I put all of that in the universe, and I had a moment. I needed to remind myself. And that's what I'm going to tell y'all, right? You come on here. And I was watching Renee's show, and somebody asked me about it and said, "You don't believe in that? That's all a bunch of woo woo." She finished with "They are crazy." Yeah, I had somebody. So for those of you that are watching, like a lot of us are in a My Mystical Life community, and one of the ladies, the lady that runs it, her name is Lisa Fry. She's in here sometimes. She will ask for, like, when she's doing readings and stuff in the mornings, and y'all seen it on my page, I'm sure, for you to share out the video. The same thing happened to me, Dennis. I shared out one of Lisa's videos. It was about like alien life or something. We're talking about like centurions or, something, right? And I'm going to come back to this. And my friend private messaged me to ask me what the hell was wrong with me. Like, who are these crazy people that I'm hanging out with? And please tell me you don't believe all that nonsense, is what they said to me. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know what crazy I did not share. I said, I did not share a crazy person's video out. And anything that's on my timeline, I 100% stand behind because it's on my timeline. And she was like, oh, Lord, I can't with you. Like, just like, you're crazy, right? I was like, what's the difference? Go on live and tell your origin story. And tell me which one sounds crazier. So no offense. I was like, but don't come at me like that, right? I don't, like, every time you post some Jerry Falwell, I don't be like, you need to get that crazy man off your computer, right? I don't yuck anybody's yum. I'm asking you not to yuck mine. If that is not something that is for you, then you need to scroll past it. Not everything is for everybody, right? Not everything is for everybody. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this. If I love you and I believe in the things that you're saying, and I honor what your message is, and I share it out, I'm not going to allow people that I know, I'm not going to talk shit about you to other people. Just so y'all know that. Like, I got your back. If I like you on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, your birthday, my birthday, Jesus's birthday. We're the same friends. I'm not going to walk on you in rooms you're not in. I'm going to lift you up, whether you're in the room with me or not. If you ride with me, you ride with me. And that's just how I am. And I will defend you to the end of the world. Now, if I think you're some bullshit, I'm going to tell you that to your face. Anything I would say in a room that you are not in, I will say in a room with you in it. I will say it to your face as well as I will I'm not going to say things behind your back, right? My mom was a Jehovah's Witness, and if she don't yuck my yum, then no one has a right to. Exactly. My mother was a Pentecostal. She yucked my yum. My mom was like, please believe in Jesus and go to heaven. Because I don't know. I was like, Mom, here's what I told her. I was like, here's the thing. So in your heaven, you have walked the good and faithful walk. And in your religion, in your Bible, it says, right, hold no God above your own. You have not. You have never. You have walked it. And in your heaven, you're going to be reunited with your family one day. So know that in your heaven, it's going to happen. Right? Because I believe in namaste. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. You have your walk, whatever that walk may be. And if that walk, and I told my friend, if that walk requires you to go to church every Sunday and sing hymns and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior and get baptized and do all the things, then I will be there for it. I will cheer you on. Right? But I'm not going to do it if you're going to drag me through the dirt. Right? That is not the job of it. My job is to support you. Your job is to support. That's what friends do. That's what friends do. And that's the people that stay in my life are those people. Other people who want to put holy water on me. That's what it is, right? Yeah, you got your Sunday sermon despite the bad week. And that's what I tell people, right? I say, I'm not saying that your religion is wrong. I'm saying that I am not subscribing to the tenements of your religion. I'm believing in faith. I believe in a higher power. And I believe that energy is infinite. I believe that I've been here 1,000,001 times before and that I have a soul contract to fulfill, that I knew exactly what I was doing when I got here. And however that needs to be, I was like, I'm a history major, religion and the history of the world. But I'm not going to. I don't need to be a bully, right? And here's the thing, right? I live my truth. That might be their truth. That might be their soul's contract. They might be the one to go into that religion, right? Yep, I'm not sipping your Kool-Aid, but I'm drinking my own. And here's the thing, like, I'm open to have a discussion with anybody about anything, right? I'm open to have a discussion about anything. There are religions all over the world that have different deities and all, like the ancient Aztecs and the Mayans and I am Native American. I have Native American in my blood. There's Native American like things that I am very drawn to that I want to know more about. But I am not going to, I'm not gonna I don't have to drag you through the dirt to be better. Like, I don't have to like mess up your life to feel better about mine. I believe there's enough room, there's enough positivity, right? Enough positivity in the world where your mind goes, your energy flows. If my mind is going to trying to make you feel less than, then that's where my energy goes. And I'm wasting all this energy trying to drag you through the mud. Right. And that's what I guess the message is today. Right. I used all this energy last week pretending that other people were trying to drag me through the mud when in all reality, it was my mind, my energy, because nobody else has the power to do that. No one else on this planet has the power to take away your shine. You give that up. If you're feeling less, when I feel less than shiny, it's not because of anybody else. It's because of me. Right? I am encapsulated in owning my bullshit. I am 100% owning my stuff. Now, I can sit there and wallow in that I could have taken months, couple BW before Woosah, something like I would have clapped back. I would have rethought it. I would have been negative on myself. I would have tried to overcompensate by doing for others. I saw all of the steps that could have gone into it versus me, victim or victor, our choice. 1,000,000% exactly right, right? I stopped myself. I pattern interrupted and I went back to this. This is some bullshit, Tammy. You know better than this. You know better than this. You can't beat yourself up over it. All we can do is take a deep breath and put one foot in front of the other and do better next time. Next time, it won't be 2 edibles in your recliner all night. It'll be 1 to get your head straight. It allowed me to pattern interrupt. This is what it did. It allowed me to stop and slow down. It allowed me to see the things that I would have done in the past and not take that same choice, right? Like the force, like, what is it, Jack, the Road Less Taken, Robert Frost poem, right? I can go this way or this way. For so long, I've taken that road, traveled and traveled and traveled, where I just popped off at the mouth, had to play months of like recovering my reputation and my demeanor and trying to outwork my bad behavior. That's what I would have done. I would have gone into like 6 different new specials this week and tried to make people love me by my food because I screwed up on the other thing, right? So I said, let me stop this. Let me realize that a lot of this is my what ifs, my upper limiting myself, me not thinking I am worthy of it, me thinking that I'm not worthy of the success of a small business. That these, you know what, I am. And it matters. The people that align are going to be here. Stop it. Get back to the positive thinking, right? And that's what I had to do. But it wasn't like it's just, okay, all the time, things are just like woosah and lovely. Now, there's a lot more of the woosah and lovely in between the hiccups. But we are works in progress. Every single one of us are learning something about ourselves, are getting lessons. And I learned it, right? I was like, okay, if this keeps happening and I keep feeling this way, it's obviously me. But a lot of that, right, is like, I'm positive, but yet I can recognize my flaws. Or I can recognize the things that are not serving me. And that's a better way to language it, right? I'm not what-ifing. I'm not shooting on myself. I'm not bashing myself. I am learning, right? How to, it's a lesson. It's a blessing or a lesson, like somebody said above there, right? And it's a blessing. It's a blessing because I am able to recover and not spiral and not like take, 1 step forward, 10 steps back, 1 step forward, 10 steps back. When you're new in your emotional or your spiritual journey, you feel like that a lot of times, right? You feel like, oh, you can hold space when things are good. But then when things get shitty, it's like, you're just like, oh man, I still fell into that pattern. But it's kind of like when you gain weight. Like, I did not gain all of this overnight. I'm not going to lose it overnight. I did not get conditioned to have all this stinking thinking and negative self-talk and ego and personality body. That did not happen yesterday. It's happened over millennia of lifetime, and especially 48 years in this one. It's not going to be like one time of hearing it and being like, oh, well, of course, that makes sense. I'm going to do that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. It is a journey for a reason, right? And on journeys, there's epic journeys. Like, think about the epic journeys in literature and history and stuff, right? They weren't just like follow the yellow, even on the Wizard of Oz, right? Follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. They were flying monkeys and like things jumping out of the woods trying to kill them, and like witches, and she encountered all kinds of stuff on her path. It wasn't just skipping down the road, it wasn't like that, right? Even that journey to get home, like she was trying, it shows you that all journeys have got detours and road work and bumps and weather and all of the things that are going to come at you in your journey. But it's like, what is that, Dory, right? Keep on swimming. You just got to keep on putting one foot in front of the other. Because the only way to fail is to quit, is to give up, right? It's when you have that moment like, I'm tired. Well, yeah, that's how this shit's supposed to work, right? So, core questions for the week. When do you feel the most positive? What aspects of your life are good? These are things to look at, right? That's where you find your gratitude, right? You find your positive attitude by looking at your gratitudes. It tells you exactly the same thing I tell you to do, right? Same thing I tell you to do. How would it feel to only focus on the positives, right? Only focus on the positives. Wow, right? Just leave all that negative stuff for the birds. Okay, lady, I will get you to see it. Your affirmation this week. I live in a state of positivity. I'm going to be doing this one. I'm going to write this one down. I live in a state of positivity. Today, raise your vibration by focusing on the good things that happen throughout your day. Take time. We never take time out to honor the good stuff, right? We never take time out to say, you know what? Take a moment and look at that. That's beautiful. Love that. No, but we'll take time out to focus on that bullshit, won't we? Let something go bad. Like somebody pulls out in front of you in traffic, like for me, like they could pull out in front of me in traffic and like for the next 15 minutes, I'm like, I can't believe this person, right? But the person that lets you go and like waves at you like, come on out, I'm going to stop and let you go. You're like, thanks. And you keep moving. You don't sit there like, I was really nice. I can't believe for the next 20 miles. You don't do that, right? Think about that. Like those little things, how you can just adjust a one little way that you do things, right? So everything good that happens, dwell on it today. Like beat it to death. If it's good, beat it to death. Like you do the bad stuff, right? Because y'all know when you get some bad shit happening, right? And you talk to your girlfriend and then your mom or your aunt or your sister or your husband or your partner or whoever that may be, you tell that shitty story to everybody. You beat that dead horse to death. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe they did. How many people? Tell me in the comments. Can I get an amen? Because y'all know I'm not the only one. Let the kids do something wrong. I can't believe those kids. Blah, 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 blah. Or your partner. I can't believe he did that. I just can't believe it. You will beat it to death, right? You will beat it to death. But let something good happen. Win the lottery. Just for the $20, $30. That's a nice day. Get a scratch-off ticket. You won $10. You don't tell anybody that story. That's positive. You don't beat that horse to death. We only beat to death the bad ones, right? So today, focus on the positive. Remember to take some moments for you. Remember, it's a journey. It's right. It's a journey. It's not a shortcut. There's a movie that just came into my head, and it's called Road Trip. And it's a 1990s like college like poo-poo humor movie. It's hilarious. I love it. I love the movie. It's great. It's about 4 guys who are road tripping to like one of the guys' girlfriend's college dorm to try to recover this tape because he was convinced that his girlfriend was cheating on him. And they're at different colleges, and he has a girl and he has his hookup session with a girl. Then they don't even do anything really. They kind of just like kiss and mess around, but it's on tape. And he's been making his girlfriend these videotapes. Um, I can't with this person right now. So they're on this epic road trip, and so one of the guys was like, they're talking about trying to find like there's a detour, that this trip, this journey is like one of your like spiritual journeys, right? Go watch it. Funny movie. Um, so this one guy looks at this other guy, and he's like, why are shortcuts so difficult? And the other guy, this has been my line forever, right? I don't know why. He said, because if it was easy, it would just be the way, right? So um, the more we try to do these shortcuts, right? The more that we try to shortcut through life, the harder it is. So just go the way that you need to go, and it'll all be fine. And know that you are supported, you are loved, you are divine, you are perfect just as you are. Whoopie pies are still available. There are a lot of them gone. If we don't get any more pre-orders today, I may cap it at 12 because that's what I've got sold right now. I'll probably just do 12. If you'd like to get some chocolate peanut butter whoopie pies, get on the order form. Get those ordered now. They will be going out or ready for pickup on Wednesday. Pineapple Uptown cakes are gone. The order form is updated. We have a new hard candy. We have new suckers this week. They're lemon lime suckers. Super excited for those lemon lime suckers. Crunchy Munchie is back on the menu. Munchie of the Month boxes are still available to grab through the 10th. You have 3 more days to grab those. Then they're closed for the month and they're gone. Don't forget, if you do grab a Munchie of the Month box, anything you order along with side that will be 10% off. So grab yourself some fun stuff. We do have sampler boxes if you'd like to try a little bite of everything. And on that note, I'm going to get off here and go do all the things I got to do today to do all the things I got to do today. So I love each and every one of you. I will be back on Wednesday night for What's Up Wednesday. And I love you all. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all very soon. Have a good one. Bye.